If I was going to put a label on who I am, non-binary probably fits me the best, non-binary trans.
The label that I most identify with is a trans man.
If I had to pick a singular label, I wouldn't, because I don't think it's that simple. I would describe myself both as non-binary and transmasculine.
I would label myself as a trans woman.
I think, yeah, trans woman, yeah.
For me, being trans means living your truth every single day. It means living authentically and living without shame as well.
Being trans for me is about loving myself so much that in this one life we have to live, I am going to do everything that allows me to feel the most comfortable and the most authentic as who I am.
For me, transness is an ongoing process of metamorphosis, evolving constantly into newer and more whole versions of yourself. Acutely knowing who you are and knowing who you are not.
Gender euphoria is that feeling of being 3 years old and waking up on Christmas Day knowing that you're going to have the best day ever, but having that as an adult every day of your life.
For me, it means like when I can truly just be in the universe that I need to be to survive, when I can look at myself and, or rather when I look at myself and just feel my body without any kind of attachment to the world tells me. It's a moment where I can really feel what it is to be like embodied and like alive.
For me, gender euphoria means, total freedom, happiness, being at one in my mind, body and soul. The opposite of being held back is just total freedom and liberation.
I think Trans Awareness Week is about education, visibility, but also our history, our legacy, feeling held by one another. I feel as though the benefit is for younger trans people and younger trans kids who often may be very isolated and haven't gotten a chance to see a trans person who really is just like them.
The world should learn that I think being trans, you really realize how strong someone can be, how much you can endure, and how much you can transform yourself in your own terms, not only in a corporeal way, but also in your mind, psychologically and emotionally. You feel so much freedom from doing it. Sometimes it's kind of like a sign that you need to be more self-aware of who you are.
I think the trans community is incredible at embracing everybody for who they are, whatever makes them different, and the world, I think, needs a little bit more of that.
What I've been most proud of are the legacies of Black trans people in particular, the ways that we've managed to keep going, and we've managed to keep our history going, our existence going, even in the smallest and smallest of ways, just so that we can find each other. And just thinking about figures that I found in the past, enslaved trans people, people who were living on the continent in the 14th century. So I'm just really proud of having and being part of that history.
I think some of the biggest challenges faced by the trans community nowadays, there's a lot of issues with access to healthcare. That's a constant struggle. It's our whole existence is constantly being debated in general, and just there's a lot of misconceptions and a lack of understanding.
On Trans Awareness Week, I think we should celebrate our accomplishments from the past year till now, as well as thinking about all the struggles that our ancestors suffered and how lucky we are at the moment with all the accesses that we have, but also thinking about how much we still have to accomplish, which it's still quite a lot. We're on a steady way, but I feel like there's still quite a lot of things that we need to work on.
People are really aware of trans people, and in quite a misinformed way. I hope with things like Trans Awareness Week, we can finally start to switch the narrative so that people really just understand that we're people, just trying to get on with being who we are.
I think one of the biggest problems facing the trans community is that more often than not, our humanity, our personhood is still reduced to little more than a political talking point. I don't think we can expect real progress, the real understanding that we hope for from the rest of the world, the cisgendered, the heteronormative world, until they are willing to meet us on the terms of simply being human. I'd say one of the biggest things still limiting the trans community and making life fairly difficult for us is that we're just still left out of a lot of conversations and talked about as though we're not there when we've been here for a very long time.